Yo, what's up, guys? Welcome back to a Weekly Wednesday with Will. I know it's been like 2-3 weeks since I haven't posted one of these, or since I have posted one of these. If I can get my words properly ordered and corrected and butterscotch. But the reason being, there's like first week I was sick, and then the next week over, my capture card was something happened, and then the next, I don't know, I was just like in this whole funk, and I was just like, recording, blah blah blah, recovering from sickness, but I'm back. I wanted to talk about the happenings in WWE. Again, I apologize for the lack of any in-game content from WWE 2K14. The reason being is my capture card is giving me some issues. I had to uninstall it and reinstall it, remove it physically from my computer, replace it, and then reinstall the drivers, all that jazz. And then even when I did so, I was recording for a bit, and the recording program crashed on me. So I'm still like working out the kinks of getting that set up and back in working order. But I digress. Without any further ado, let's get into what's going on in WWE as we speak. This last Monday, there was a cage match with Jericho versus Bray Wyatt, and like the first thing that I would like to point out was the fact that they brought back his countdown. And by his countdown, I mean Jericho's. You know how it does the countdown from 5 to 1, and then hits the break down the walls, blah blah blah. That's like one of my favorite entrances, or favorite things for Jericho's entrance, which I'm glad they brought it back. Which if you ever know, or if you ever watch it, they just start with the fireworks, but this time they count it down, hit the fireworks, cut the lights, and then has the light bright jacket. But long story short, whatever, Jericho and Bray, they had a pretty good match. Jericho jumped off the top of the cage and hurt his knee, which I think is just a way to write him off of TV for a bit, or at least until he decides to come back, maybe like next year. I don't know, because he injured his knee, he lost the match. Bray closed the cage door on his knee, assaulted him afterwards, hit him with the Sister Abigail, left. Jericho's in the trainer's room, and he gets assaulted by Randy Orton, and it gets his knee attacked. So I'm just like, okay, that's probably just going to write Jericho off for a while. I don't know the logistics behind how long his contract is, or however long he has left with the company under this contract that he signed earlier. But he might be gone for a bit. Maybe he'll like end up doing a few more matches and then peace out, and then go handle his business, because I think his band is going on tour again. I don't know, but I think Jericho might be gone again. So there's that to be I guess not really look forward to, but look forward to, I guess. I don't know. But speaking of Orton, like I said, he attacked Jericho. Then we have this whole Orton and Roman Reigns feud constantly building and building. Orton and Reigns had this match. Reigns was coming out on top, which, for the record, I was hoping, like, since this was the season premiere of Raw, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna have Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns in a rematch from SummerSlam. I think if it were possible, it would have been a great move on their part to have like Orton and Reigns, like Reigns about to win, and then like freaking Kane and Rollins come through like they did in the match, interfere and start beating up Reigns, and Reigns try to mount an offense, which he did, and then all of a sudden you get Dean Ambrose's music, and Ambrose makes his return, which would eventually set up a match having like freaking Seth Rollins and Randy Orton versus Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose at SummerSlam. But that's not how it went. I'm guessing Ambrose is still injured, therefore he won't be back for a bit. But now we have instead of that scenario, which I was looking forward to, we had Reigns coming out on top of the match, almost winning, Orton calling for Kane and Seth Rollins, and then they brought out this entire like crew of WWE crew, I guess I could say that crew of WWE crew, and then they all set up for bringing the steel cage back down, and then they pretty much trapped Reigns in there. Reigns threw both Rollins and Kane out. It was just him and Orton. Orton was getting demolished, and then the other two interfered, but Kane got knocked back out, and then Rollins jumped off the steel cage onto Reigns, which then left Reigns a sitting duck, which I had thought that Reigns was just going to catch him, or like at least just like smack him with a chair, but that's really high risk to be coming off of a steel cage and then get hit with a steel chair, because he did have a steel chair in his hand, and Rollins would have been really injured if that happened. But it is what it is. But that right there has pretty much just set up the next match that they're going to have at SummerSlam, which is going to be Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins, which honestly, the way they're going, I believe Roman Reigns is going to win, just to prove his domination over pretty much everybody, because you see Orton has to stoop down to cheating ways to get over on Reigns. They're just trying to give him that superhero, Superman style story, kind of like a Cena, like one of those huge fan favorites that always gets beat but then comes back. But considering that Rollins did curb stomp Reigns into a chair, that is what indeed sets up this match, and it's going to be pretty interesting because the way they're setting up how it jumped from Rollins versus Ambrose, now it's Reigns versus Rollins. It seems like pretty soon, sometime in the future. I'm not sure how close it'll be, but it'll be like Reigns versus Rollins versus Ambrose for the WWE title, or excuse me, the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. But that's going to be interesting later on down the line when we witness it. It'll be similar to how it was when they were in FCW, when it was Reigns versus Rollins, not Reigns versus Rollins, because he wasn't Reigns. It was Seth Rollins versus Dean Ambrose versus Liaki, which was Reigns' previous personality, I guess, or character. There you go. But that match is going to be pretty interesting, and the reason why I mentioned the WWE World Heavyweight Championship is because I figured that with this whole Cena Lesnar rematch going on, with Cena I'm ready, I'm going to be the best, I'm going to whoop Brock Lesnar's ass, and blah blah blah, and Paul Heyman trying to get him to turn to the dark side, which they keep teasing. They keep trying to tease a Cena heel turn. It's probably not going to happen. I mean, don't get me wrong, I enjoy heel Cena. I actually enjoy this Cena because, of what he stands for and all that, and how great of a person he is. I understand where he's coming from and not wanting to change his character because he has kids that believe in them, and he gets the Make-A-Wish and all that. But I do enjoy the ruthless, aggressive Cena, from 2 weeks ago when he freaking destroyed the Wyatt family pretty much single-handedly. I like that. Just let him have free reign and just power through people. That's pretty cool. But I think that with this upcoming rematch, I'm not sure who's going to come out on top. I think maybe Cena might get the best of Lesnar finally, but Rollins will cash in and grab the championship. But at that point, then it's going to be some type of rematch, which I'm not sure how it's going to happen. Maybe Rollins interferes, or somebody interferes on the part of Lesnar, and Cena doesn't get a title match, so they can keep him out of the picture for a bit. I'm not exactly sure how they're going to do this, because creative has been kind of iffy lately, especially with there being speculation that, well, pretty much not speculation, but they had released or some of the script that got leaked for 2 weeks ago's Raw, and it showed how a lot of people were just literally just following the script to the T, as opposed to how people used to just take it and go, okay, so I can wing it from here. I can do a certain bit of the script and then take it on my own accord and do something with it, rather than, okay, let me just read this straight word for word, memorize this entire paragraph and go through it, which is how it used to be. But apparently it's less ad-libbed now and more just scripted, which kind of sucks, because it just it doesn't allow them to actually express themselves. So hopefully that changes in the future. But with that being said, I'm not sure what creative will do. It'll be good to see Rollins interfere and grab the championship, because we've seen Cena and we've seen Lesnar. Lesnar's a part-timer, so he's going to be just like The Rock was, just hold the title and then be there for pay-per-views or on the random Monday when he has to cut a promo or something like that. But you're not going to see much of Lesnar inside the ring regularly, so they have to get it off of him soon, or else it's just going to be really boring and annoying, because then the only other titles that we really have to focus on will be the tag titles, the Intercontinental titles, and the US title and the Divas Championship. Now, speaking of Intercontinental, as I jump over to the Ziggler Miz story, which it's boring because of the fact that they're just constantly going back and forth, but it's actually pretty interesting because they're actually using Ziggler. Ziggler actually seems relevant again, where he seems more of a badass Joker, how on a previous Monday he did this whole joke on how the celebrities got their picks leaked, and he had some leaked quote unquote leaked pictures of the Miz and showed him. And then when Miz and Sandow came down, he pretty much took care of Sandow and was right on it, like ready for the Miz, because the Miz was about to jump him from the back. And it was just like, okay, you guys are allowing Dolph Ziggler to play the badass. That's cool. It makes him seem like he's ready for anything. But we'll see exactly how far they go with it, because Ziggler tends to get used and then thrown away fairly quickly. Provided if he gets one injury right now, like anywhere near this feud, he's going to be buried probably not further, but he's going to be buried and back down there with Zack Ryder. And it's not really cool, because Ziggler's a good talent. He's a show off, but we'll see what happens. It's actually really interesting and refreshing to see Ziggler actually get some type of mic time, but this whole storyline that they give him is kind of like crap, because to be 100% honest, Ziggler's not that great on the mic. He's interesting, but Ziggler's not that great on the mic. The Miz isn't that great on the mic. If you just like legit look at people that are like good on the mic, like the likes of like Stone Cold, The Rock, freaking Shawn Michaels, Triple H, CM Punk, the likes of AJ, it's just like when you get like people that are like really good on the mic, you can just look at them like, I wish you were better. Like Ambrose is good on the mic. Rollins is okay. Reigns is just like, he needs work. But I don't know. Hopefully things will get better. Looking forward to their rematch. Maybe. Hopefully the Ziggler holds on to it and just gets another feud, because honestly, I like the Miz, but almost any feud to deal with the Miz, the Miz can't carry a feud himself. The other character normally carries a feud. Like when he feuded with Orton carried the feud. When he feuded with Cena carried the feud. And it was just really terrible, because, you know, like you put the Miz in the ring by himself, no one really wants to listen. But you put any of the other ones that he feuds with in the ring, pretty much everybody's like mainly attuned to it. They're like, okay, this guy's talking. Whether it be John Cena and they're booing him or cheering him, he gets a reaction. Whereas the Miz, it's kind of like crickets in a way. But I guess he's getting better as he's dealing in Hollywood now, and he's kind of moved past the whole really phase. So I don't know. It's just whatever. I mentioned titles. We have the Bella Twins. They're doing their beef, and I mentioned them because Nikki Bella is now tossed into a title rematch between AJ and Paige for the Divas Championship. So now there's a triple threat Divas Championship match for the championship, which is Paige, AJ, and Nikki Bella. Now, honestly, the way that they're going, I think AJ might be leaving. I don't want to say it, but AJ possibly might be leaving soon, maybe due to creative differences. But because if you look at how quickly she dropped that title, she got her title back, went to the pay-per-view, defended it against Paige successfully, I might add, and then got her title taken back at the next pay-per-view. So it's just like, okay, so you're trying to keep this feud going. So provided AJ loses this match, she's out of the Divas title hunt. And then what's next for AJ? She'll be wrestling the likes of freaking Cameron and like freaking, what's her name? Like, I forget, Eva Marie. And you know AJ's better than that. AJ is probably going to be gone. Maybe she'll come back in the future, but I'm predicting AJ to peace out due to how, like, where the company is heading. But as far as this match goes, I think that they might literally award the championship to Nikki Bella, just so they can possibly push up this beef between Nikki and Brie is just so boring. It was interesting, like in the first week, when they not even the first week, but it was interesting when the whole Stephanie thing at the pay-per-view, and where Nikki attacked Brie. That was the best part. Now it's just really, really stale and boring. It's even more boring than watching some of the Divas matches, and by sum up, I mean matches that include like the likes of Eva Marie versus like freaking Cameron. It's like, okay, I don't really want to see that, because like I understand they are entertainers, they're paid to do their job, but they can be better, because they can just be better. Natalya's great in the ring. Naomi's great in the ring. AJ is good in the ring. Paige is good in the ring. But when you have those like Eva Marie and Cameron and I would say Rosa Mendez, but she just got back, so I guess she's getting her legs back. But it's just like, come on, you guys. I can't wait for the next crop of divas from NXT to jump up, like Bayley and Charlotte, just so they can, you know, be like, check me out, all right. And what's her name? Oh God, the Irish chick, Becky Lynch. You know, like when they get up here to like the major leagues, it's going to be a real like eye opener, and they're going to be like, holy crap. Why do we still have like Cameron and Eva Marie and maybe even Summer? Like Summer's not bad, and like, but it's just like, come on, some of these divas need to try a lot harder. IMO. But back to the whole like triple threat match, Bella Beef thing. The Bella Beef is boring. The Intercontinental, the triple threat match, I think is just going to be like one of those corporate things in where it doesn't matter who you root for, it's going to go to corporate. So I'm thinking that Nikki is going to get that just because she has like Stephanie in her corner, and it's just going to be interesting to see Nikki, you know, as the champion. Because I think, if I remember correctly, I may be wrong, don't quote me on this, I think Brie has held the Divas Championship more than Nikki, maybe twice. So I'm assuming that this might actually be I would say the end of the belts, but they have Total Divas going. So like, I don't know, and by the end of, I mean like the end of their contracts or something like that, because they signed back, and now I'm assuming that after Brie, like Nikki took her injury break or whatever, then Brie took her like honeymoon whatever break. Now she's back. Now they're feuding, and I'm guessing Nikki will get her title shot, or she might have her title reign for a bit, and then after her title reign ends, then that might be it. I don't know. Then they might just have like one retirement match where it's the Bellas versus the Bellas, and then they both leave, and then that's the end of the Bella Twins. But another like little asterisk note that I want to add on to the whole Bella beef, when Stephanie had it that the, like, you know, the Bella Twins theme song is exclusively reserved for Nikki, I really think that they should have gave both Nikki and Brie a new song as opposed to just Brie a new song. That way, when they are feuding, they come out to separate, you know, theme music. But on that one random occasion when they have to get, or they not have to, but when they get back together, because it happens in WWE that way, when they get back together, then they could have that music set for them. So once you hear, you can look, but you can't touch, then everybody's like, oh my God, the Bellas are back. But it's not what they did. Creative, I don't know what you're doing. But it's not my job. I don't get paid to do that. Now, when it comes to, you know, exciting matches and stuff, I don't know how I translate it from that, but whatever. NXT TakeOver is on Thursday of this week, which actually happens to be tomorrow, which is going to be amazing because we have that it's a Fatal 4-Way actually. The Fatal 4-Way match for the WWE NXT Championship, which is going to be Adrian Neville defending his title against Sami Zayn, Tyler Breeze, and Tyson Kidd. Now, honestly, I think they're going to call, what's his name? I think they're calling, I can't think of his name. The champion, I just said it, Adrian Neville. I think they're going to call him up. I think I said Adrian Neville. I might have said some other superstar at the beginning, but Adrian Neville, I think they're going to call him up probably to the main event, to the main roster. So I think he's going to end up dropping his title, possibly to Sami Zayn or Tyler Breeze. I mean, I would love to see Tyson Kidd hold that championship, but I don't know. It's just like I don't even know how to explain it. It's like Zayn is really interesting. He's really in tune with the fans, but Tyler Breeze is like that perfect like counter. He's that perfect counter to both of them. He has that heel. He gets the heat. He's just like, I'm better than you, and he gets heat for it. Where Tyson Kidd is just like, oh, I'm a disgruntled employee, I'm going to attack everybody. Like Tyson Kidd's attitude now is more deserving to be with a faction, much less like alone. So that's the thing. The Divas match, or the NXT Women's Championship, I want to say Divas title, but whatever. The Women's Championship in NXT, I think they're going to drop that to Bayley as well and probably call Charlotte up. But since this is WWE, and they're not really attuned to like dropping titles to anybody, I'm not sure how it's going to work. especially when they have 3 title matches, because the Ascension has their tag team title match against Kalisto and Sin Cara. Now, Kalisto, this is his second opportunity at the championship. They might give it to him and Sin Cara just to call up the Ascension. I mean, honestly, I think all of those champions that are in NXT are ready to be called up, especially the Ascension, because with the Usos dealing with the Rhodes Brothers, or excuse me, the Dust Brothers, whatever the hell their names are, Stardust and Goldust, and their title match at Night of Champions, I think it'll be hella interesting to see maybe the Usos retain and just be like, we're the best, we're the best tag team. And then all of a sudden you get the Ascension music and you get that audience going, "Shah, yeah, yeah, yeah," and then they get that hype, and bada boom, bada bam, you got your new tag team champions in the Ascension, because the Usos have held that title for way too long. I doubt they'll drop it to the Rhodes Brothers, or excuse me, Star and Goldust, and I think they might be pushing them maybe towards a feud. I don't know, possibly. We'll see what happens. Because if they drop them to Star and Goldust, then they are entitled to a title rematch, which will then, you know, I don't know, they might call the Ascension up. It won't be like immediate, but within time. So I can see them maybe dropping the titles as I change my mind through my explanation. They may drop the titles to the Rhodes Brothers and get their rematch and then lose. I don't know. We'll see what happens at Night of Champions, but I feel like I've rambled on far too long. It has been like almost 25 minutes. Actually, it's like almost 22, but you know. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed what I said. Hit that like button if you did. Hit that dislike button if you didn't. Again, thank you guys for watching. If there's something that you want me guys to talk, if there's something that you want, wow. Take 3. If there's something that you guys want me to talk about in WWE Weekly Wednesday with Will, let me know in the comments below if there's something that I missed, something that I need to pay attention to, and any sites that I need to get news from or something like that. But again, I am done with this video as I ramble on 22 minutes plus. Again, thank you guys for watching. TTarantox signing out with this Weekly Wednesday with Will. Peace out.